de lanzamiento de la moneda son los capitanes y por supuesto con Kelsey, Mahomes, Jones, Wisnowski, Butker, que es el pateador de los Niners.
On August 8th, 2023,
entre ambos
wildfires ravaged the town of Lahaina on the island of Maui. It was the worst natural disaster in the history of the state of Hawaii.
We lost our family home, the home that I grew up in.
Yeah, I lost my home, unfortunately.
My mom's house was in the fire, caught in the flames, it burned down.
We lost 4 family members.
In the wake of such catastrophic loss, high school athletics would seem to be of little significance. But the Lahaina Luna Lunas soon found out how important to their town they were.
Immediately following the fire, the very next day, I got calls from parents, I got calls from players, all wanting to get back on the field. Good for the healing process.
We're going to be representing a lot. It's for all the people that lost everything.
And remember what we are and who we represent. Everybody got it? Let's go.
And it's just something to lift their spirits.
You guys is Lahaina, bro. It's not about a place. It's about people.
Life can change in an instant. We'll rise above this tragic event.
1, 2, 3.
That's all we can ask for.
Follow me, I know the way. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love this, boys.
Please welcome members
de la madre naturaleza no los iba a disminuir y por eso aquí se está haciendo este ligero homenaje e invitando, representando justamente a toda esa nación, comunidad que sufrió por lo ocurrido en la lejana Holu, en la preparatoria, representando a los entrenadores, al entrenador en jefe, y también a Teva Love y a Kuala Watson, así como a Kualanu Tahara, los jugadores que están representando justamente este equipo, que serán los que estarán en la ceremonia del lanzamiento de la moneda, y Bill Vinovich, referee del Super Bowl 49 también en Arizona.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Congratulations and welcome to Super Bowl 58. We have a commemorative coin. The Lombardi Trophy is heads. The team logo is tails. San Francisco, you are the visitors.
San Francisco es el
What
que va a
is your
escoger.
call? Tails. He's called tails. Bobby, please do the honors. It is heads. You defer. You want the ball, which way you want to kick. Stay where you are. San Francisco receiving the first half.
Muy bien, ganó el volado el equipo de los Kansas City Chiefs, pero ellos prefieren tener la primera serie ofensiva en la segunda mitad, por lo tanto, San Francisco tendrá el balón en la primera serie ofensiva en este momento.
El kickoff después de esto.
Vuelven los más grandes artistas de la velocidad.
Y tu adrenalina
va a subir a lo más alto. Las prácticas, la clasificación, la carrera, cámaras adicionales para ver
cada detalle.
Y los relatos de Tornelo, Fosaroli y López.
Promete un espectáculo extraordinario.
Vive la Fórmula 1 desde el 29 de febrero por Star Plus.
La nueva generación está preparada para jugar partidos importantes. PSG recibe a Real Sociedad. Este miércoles vive los octavos de final de la Champions League por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
¿Vas a viajar? Necesitas Pax. Ingresá a paxassistance.com y encontrá la asistencia al viajero más completa y accesible. Pax Assistance, acompañando al deporte alrededor del mundo. Viaja en paz. Viaja con Pax.
Viaja en paz, viaja con Pax.
Ganar es difícil, pero mantener la corona es casi imposible. ¿Podrán Nuggets conservar el trono? Descúbrelo viendo lo mejor de la NBA por las señales de ESPN y Star Plus.
ESPN les da la bienvenida a esta presentación de la National Football League.
Estamos ya en el 3333 de Al Davis Way en Paradise, Las Vegas, para el Super Bowl 58. Más de 65,000 aficionados, que es cuando juegan los Raiders para el Super Bowl. Se amplió esto a más de 71,000. Paul Rudd y todas las celebridades que se van a dar cita aquí, Shaquille O'Neal, etcétera. Son demasiadas. Pablo Viruega, Ciro Procuna, John Soffi, todo el grupo de trabajo. Quien les habla, Eduardo Varela. Y aquí están, bueno, Wayne Noto, si estamos en Las Vegas, es uno de ellos. Y Andy Reid, que busca ponerse ya justamente en el lugar de los más grandes entrenadores en jefe de lograr llevarse. Le seguimos con las celebridades. Bueno, ustedes las pueden ver momentos antes del kickoff.
Sí, es cuando viene la mayor cantidad de nervios, es lo que están buscando los jugadores. Bueno, ahí está el gran Shaquille O'Neal, no podría faltar con su número 32. Y me llama la atención, es una chamarra de el Magic, ¿no? Fue su primer equipo, ¿sí? Pero todos lo recordamos, por supuesto, con los Lakers. Momentos de espera y de motivación, ¿no?
Sí, ahí es donde cuenta mucho haber estado aquí, donde ese dominio de los nervios, cuando ya los has vivido antes, ya has procesado una situación semejante. Imagínense, estos dos equipos no juegan desde hace 2 semanas. La ansiedad te invade, ningún partido te obliga a estar tanto tiempo antes en alguna sede. Tienes que entrar lo más tranquilo posible, cabeza fría, corazón caliente. Es el momento y pronto la patada inicial.
La llama que vimos es en honor a Al Davis, que la encienden antes de cada partido y lesiona aproximadamente hace media hora, justamente para recordarlo. Estará San Francisco a la ofensiva. Han estado abajo en el marcador en los 2 partidos más recientes. Creo que es vital para ellos y sobre todo para su número 13 estar adelante en el marcador, pero no es fácil hacerlo frente a una defensiva como la de Kansas City, que sí acabó como la número 2 en la temporada regular, pero mejoraron sus números ostensiblemente durante la postemporada. Y bueno, como se ha hablado de Taylor Swift, tienen marca de 9-3 cuando Taylor Swift está en el escenario. El viaje relámpago desde Japón.
Sí, llegó muy temprano, se le dio seguimiento y ahí está con toda la familia, Kelsey, con su hermano también, con los papás y todo listo.
El ex acerero Ray McLeod para arrancar esto en la devolución. Y Harrison Butker, uno de los que repite del Super Bowl anterior. Y no habrá jugada, por supuesto. Tremenda patada. Y es el debut de Mr. Irrelevant. Es el quarterback quitando agentes libres, por obvias razones, más bajo en ser seleccionado y en iniciar un Super Bowl. Kurt Warner lo ganó siendo agente libre.
En lo que va de esta postemporada, el 62% de sus pases completos, poco más de 500 yardas, 2 de anotación, 1 intercepción. Y creo que ahora tienen la gran oportunidad. Primera serie ofensiva, pueden establecer el ritmo de partido.
Un equipo que utiliza mucho movimiento antes de centrado el balón con Brandon Ayuk. En el backfield está McCaffrey. Y deciden ir con el ex Stanford, consiguiendo casi 5 yardas en primera oportunidad y un poquito más.
Hablabas de la cantidad de movimientos antes de que sea centrada la pelota. Es San Francisco uno de los...
San Francisco scored 10 opening drive touchdowns in the regular season, the most of any team since 1978.
Paid off with 76 points, those 10 touchdowns. Now here's the other thing. In the playoffs, have not scored on their opening drive either one of their games.
2nd down and 4 for San Francisco, opening drive of the day. McCaffrey, fake it on a boot. Purdy throws, and it's on time. It's Juszczyk, the fullback, hurdling for a first down to the 49, hit by Nick Bolton. That's 18 yards on the catch and run.
And they have a deep receiver, but they also have someone shallow, and that's Juszczyk. And watch Juice go right over the top of the safety, Mike Edwards. He goes down low for the hit. Fortunately, Nick Bolton is there to execute the tackle. But Juszczyk into this game early. He may not touch it off an iron, but when he does, it's a great advantage for San Francisco.
8 career Pro Bowls for Kyle Juszczyk. He played tight end back in his college days at Harvard. New set of downs to work with. Purdy comfortable in the pocket, goes through his reads and hits his man McCaffrey. Leaning forward, it will be enough for a first down out near the 40-yard line. They pick up 10. Leo Chanel with the stop.
How about the way Purdy goes back in the pocket, looks to his left, and Kyle Shanahan drew up a scheme that widened the defense out to the right. I mean, to their defensive right, the offensive left, so he could come back to the right and hit McCaffrey underneath.
Shanahan, 44 years old, in his 7th year as the head coach of the 49ers. San Francisco on the move. Motion man is Jennings. Give it straight up the gut. McCaffrey. Extra yards after the contact, and another first down for San Francisco. That's a gain of 11.
And you get the idea that Kyle Shanahan and the offensive staff have watched game tape, meaning in the playoffs, even though Kansas City's won their games, the Buffalo game will be the one that stands out. The way the Bills ran the football, effectively controlled a lot of the game before giving it up late. The big mystery to all is why Baltimore didn't emulate that. And that's what San Francisco said. They will not make that mistake. They're going to test them in the run game.
4 plays, 3 first downs. Another handoff. McCaffrey loses the ball. San Francisco coughs it up. Kansas City was there. George Karlaftis on the recovery for the Chiefs. And an early mistake for the 49ers.
Third straight game in the playoffs, not scoring on their opening drive, but this was an era of commission. They gave it up themselves, had him on the move, running it effectively, and they turned it over.
The combination of Bolton and Chanel knocked it free. Chiefs come up with the recovery and take over here in the first.
De la mano de Dybala y Lukaku, la Roma se ilusiona con la Europa League. El conjunto italiano visita a Feyenoord. Este jueves vive el pase octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos 2 partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriban a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry. ¡Ay, Dios mío! Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers. Lindo el partido. Por ESPN y Star Plus. La nueva generación pisa fuerte en la Champions. El Real se prueba ante el Leipzig. Este martes arrancan los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Vuelven las tardes de Europa League. En Lisboa, todo está listo para que Benfica reciba a Toulouse. Este jueves, vive el pase a los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
It is the first fumble of the postseason for the San Francisco 49ers. For the Chiefs, everything that was not working in the regular season in terms of turnovers is now working in the postseason at the right time.
-9 takeaways, right, during the regular season. -9 is supposed to get you in a lot of trouble as a staff. Said they get the Super Bowl, just what you just said. +3 against Baltimore, 3-0 in takeaways. Add this one now, 4 in a row. Unbelievable what they're doing. And once again, Steve Spagnuolo's defense getting things done for KC.
And Charles, they have won their last 32 games, the Chiefs have, when they have finished with a turnover advantage. That's the longest current streak in the NFL. Purdy and the 49ers got off to a fantastic start on offense, but the drive ends on a cough-up. Pacheco in the backfield. Pacheco is bottled up behind the line of scrimmage. It was Hargrave and Bosa, Pro Bowlers, leading that charge for San Francisco. It's a loss of 3.
And Kansas City comes into this game having scored on 8 straight possessions, 8 straight opening drive possessions. How about this? Big play right out of the gate, as you described. Hargrave and Bosa playing the run, not just pass rushers on this 49ers defensive front.
So a 2nd and 13 after the loss. Motion man is Kelsey. Shotgun Mahomes. Quick hitter. Kelsey in traffic. He tried to go airborne, and Dre Greenlaw would have none of it. Limited to a gain of 1 through the air.
And when you get to these big games, you always talk about the stars having to play big. Patrick Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl start, most all-time by cornerback 28 or younger. For the 49ers, Hargrave, Bosa, and Greenlaw. 3 stars on defense, 2 big plays to get this drive started.
So a 3rd down and 12 for Kansas City. It's a 5-receiver set nickel package here for the 49ers. Mahomes in trouble. Mahomes throws under duress, hits Jerick McKinnon, and he gets tackled short of the 35-yard line. So McKinnon back in action, picks up 8 yards on the play. Fred Warner will get credit for it, but the Chiefs will punt.
Was it the duo of the 49ers? Those 2 linebackers in the middle. 54 Fred Warner, 57 Dre Greenlaw. The coverage was good. Mahomes has to check it down to the running back. And look at that duo of linebackers collaborate and stop him short of the 1st down marker.
The punter is Tommy Townsend, Pro Bowler in 2022. Averaged 47.1 yards per kick this season. Not much of a rush. Ray McLeod, the 3rd, the deep man, fair catch called for, and he brings it in at the 24-yard line. Actually had some room to work with. But that's where the 49ers will take over. No harm done after the turnover. 43-yard kick. We are scoreless in Super Bowl 58.
¿Vas a viajar? Necesitas Pax. Ingresá a paxassistance.com y encontrá la asistencia al viajero más completa y accesible. Pax Assistance, acompañando al deporte alrededor del mundo. Viaja en paz. Viaja con Pax.
Viaja en paz, viaja con Pax. Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos 2 partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriban a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers.
Lindo el partido.
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
La nueva generación está preparada para jugar partidos importantes. PSG recibe a Real Sociedad. Este miércoles vive los octavos de final de la Champions League por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Vuelven los más grandes artistas de la velocidad.
Y tu adrenalina
Va a subir a lo más alto. Las prácticas, la clasificación, la carrera, cámaras adicionales para ver
cada detalle.
Y los relatos de Tornelo, Fosaroli y López.
Promete un espectáculo extraordinario.
Vive la Fórmula 1 desde el 29 de febrero por Star Plus.
La comparación de la defensiva es presentada por Toyota Hilux. En el terreno de juego y en la vida son indestructibles.
McCaffrey will get another crack at this Kansas City defense. His last carry, a fumble on that hit. They surrounded him and jarred the ball loose.
I saw Chanel on the backside, but there was a hand on the front side. That was Mike Pinnell, who is starting for the injured Derek Noddy at defensive tackle. Brought him up from the practice squad. Plenty of NFL experience, makes a big play here in the Super Bowl. But you think there's any doubt in your mind that Kyle Shanahan's not going to go right back to Christian McCaffrey? One mistake, you don't go away from one of the best playmakers in the NFL.
Just the third lost fumble this season, including the playoffs for McCaffrey. First rushing title winner to make the Super Bowl since Shaun Alexander with Seattle back in 2005.
Would not doubt him, no, not doubted at all that he touches it right here on play one. Just get him going again.
Charles, last year's Super Bowl, Kansas City and Philadelphia, both teams scored opening drive touchdowns. We've already seen the opening drive for both of these teams today. No points on the board. First down from the 24 for San Francisco. Fake the handoff. Purdy. Perfect throw to Ayuk for the first down. Purdy is dealing. Justin Reed with the tackle. It's 18 yards.
How many times do you talk about something that you draw up on the whiteboard, but it's not as precise because the players move on the field, not on the whiteboard? With the 49ers offense, it's almost like they're as precise as what they draw up. Everything's exactly as it looks, exactly as you imagine, and the payoff is big.
Number 2 in total offense this season, number 3 in scoring, just under 29 points per game. Jet sweep, Deebo Samuel stops, and he did not fake out Kansas City. Nick Bolton, first man there, and some help from George Karlaftis. It's a loss of 2 for the 49ers.
And this is part of what you get with linebackers in the NFL today, the slimmed down versions. When you and I were growing up, Ian, they were plus size linebackers, 250, 260 pounds. Now it's more like 220, 225, 230. And Nick Bolton runs well with Deebo Samuel in the open field and drops him for a short game, actually for a loss.
Second down and 12 here for San Francisco. Traditional set with Juszczyk, the fullback, and penalty marker on the play.
Left side.
Ball start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So Bill Vinovich working his third Super Bowl as the referee. Super Bowl 50, Super Bowl 54. Call against Trent Williams, the perennial Pro Bowler, 11 times going to the Pro Bowl, matching the most by any tackle in NFL history. Talking about names like Ogden and Munoz.
Which is part of the reason he's already announced he's coming back to play. He wants to be the first tackle to get to 12 Pro Bowls or more, and I don't think there's any doubt that he will.
Second and 17 now for the 49ers. McCaffrey sets up as a receiver. Purdy, pump, Purdy out of the pocket, flags are down. Purdy looking across the field and hits his man, George Kittle. Kittle hit from behind. It's good enough for a first down, but flags were flying as Purdy was buying time.
Offense number 71.
Coming back.
10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
And it's back-to-back on Trent Williams.
The game that he had been trying to get to his entire career is here now. And unlikely events we're talking about. Trent Williams, back-to-back penalties, false start, and then a hold right there. Mike Dana, number 51, the defensive lineman for Kansas City, brings back a big play created by Brock Purdy and George Kittle.
It was 19 yards, and it didn't happen. They're going to back it up to a 2nd and 27 now for San Francisco.
But if you're Kansas City, make sure you take notice of one thing. If you have any doubts about Brock Purdy's arm, you might want to eliminate him after that throw across field to Kittle on a line.
Purdy will work out of the gun. We come up on 8 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Super Bowl 58, no score. Purdy, quick toss. McCaffrey squeezes through the hole and then gets caught from behind at the 33-yard line by Karlaftis, who has been everywhere in the early going for KC.
He created the penalty against Trent Williams. He picked up the lost fumble by McCaffrey, and on that play started to rush the passer, saw the quick pass, retraced his steps, and pursued him downfield for the tackle.
Year number 2 for George Karlaftis, finished with 10.5 sacks. He was the 30th overall pick in the 22 draft. Third down and 20 for Shanahan and the 49ers. 6 defensive backs, a dime package. Purdy throws over the middle, catch is made, spin move by Samuel, stays on his feet, but it's not going to be enough. Brought down at the 45. Gain of 12, 4th down for the 49ers.
These are two of the best teams at yards after the catch in terms of receiving units. But 3rd and 20 is a lot to make up when you throw the ball short. And one of the best tackling secondaries in the NFL, Kansas City. 5th against yards after the catch in the league coming into this game. They knew they had a lot of space to work with, utilized it, and forced the punt.
Purdy is 5 of 5 for 67 yards. It is Mitch Wishnowsky punting to Richie James. And a penalty marker.
False start. Offense number 53. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
It's the Super Bowl, isn't it, Ian? Gonna get a few nerves, aren't we?
Yeah, we're seeing it. It is D. Winters on the penalty for San Francisco. Winters is a backup linebacker, rookie from TCU.
Played some big games last year at TCU, his last season. College football playoff.
No rush. Wishnowsky with a bomb. Placed it inside the 10. James decided to return it, and James is spun down at the 11-yard line. So the Chiefs will be deep in their own territory as Chris Conley made his way down the field after the 53-yard punt to make the tackle on special teams. No score in the 1st.
Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. Deadpool and Wolverine. This just feels right.
Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos dos partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriban a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers.
Lindo el partido.
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
Vuelven los más grandes artistas de la velocidad.
Y tu adrenalina
Va a subir a lo más alto. Las prácticas, la clasificación, la carrera, cámaras adicionales para ver
cada detalle.
Y los relatos de Tornelo, Fosaroli y López.
Promete un espectáculo extraordinario.
Vive la Fórmula 1 desde el 29 de febrero por Star Plus.
La nueva generación pisa fuerte en la Champions. El Real se prueba ante el Lviii. Este martes arrancan los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Este fin de semana no vas a parar de mirar las estrellas.
¡Arrancamos!
3 días en el que podrás disfrutar del partido de las celebridades y de los novatos el viernes.
Vamos a tener a francotiradores.
El torneo de triples y de volcadas el sábado. Y el juego de las estrellas el domingo.
Dijimos que era el plato fuerte.
Del viernes 16 al domingo 18.
¡Dalo a distancia!
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
Exact some revenge from the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl 54. San Francisco had the lead only to see Kansas City rally in the 4th quarter to get the Lombardi Trophy.
20-10 with approximately 7 minutes to go. And then Kansas City turned things around, got it done. Big play on a 3rd and 15. It went for 44 yards. Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. And they went on in and were never headed.
It is the 16th all-time meeting between these two teams. Kansas City is 8-7 against San Francisco, and the Chiefs have won 3 in a row. 1st and 10 for Kansas City at its own 11-yard line. Out of the gun, Mahomes on a give. Pacheco takes that hole and gets popped as he crossed the 20-yard line. It's good enough for a 1st down. Jair Brown got a clean shot on him. 11-yard gain.
And do you get the sense that when Pacheco runs the football, he is happiest right there? at the end of the run when there's contact. And big hole is nice, but he sure likes to feed his pads to the defense.
He had 76 rushing yards last year in the Super Bowl against Philadelphia and a touchdown. First down, Mahomes pocket, closes, Chase Young gets to the quarterback. Young acquired in a trade with Washington for moments like this for San Francisco.
And this was one of the big storylines coming into this game. The defensive ends versus the Kansas City offensive tackles, but in particular, would Chase Young show up and make his presence felt? You knew about Nick Bosa, but he needed a tag team partner. And Chase Young provided it right there, beating Donovan Smith cleanly off the line of scrimmage.
It is a loss of 4. Second down and 14 for Kansas City. Valdez Scantling, the motion man. Toss it. Rashee Rice devoured by Warner. The rookie had no room to work with, and the 3-time Pro Bowler makes him pay.
And complementary football has come into play quickly for San Francisco. What does that mean? They just got a great punt out of Mitch Wishnowsky, and the special teams smothered the punt returner. And then the defense, they got involved as well. And now they've got Kansas City backed up 3rd and 14, hoping to create great field position for their offense. And Travis Kelce's into this game, isn't he? Gotten chippy already.
Yeah, he and Nick Bosa getting into it. 3rd and 15, under 5 minutes to go in the first. Mahomes steps up. Mahomes trying to run, caught from behind. Randy Gregory. Another in-season acquisition. Gregory came over from the Denver Broncos, and John Lynch made some good decisions because it's paying off here in the Super Bowl.
And Randy Gregory had been basically invisible the last month and a half after the acquisition. But you're exactly right. John Lynch got him here, got Chase Young here for this ball game, for moments like this, and both have delivered.
Lynch, the general manager of the 49ers in his 7th year. Townsend, his 2nd punt. It's a deep one. McLeod gets crushed. Joshua Williams downfield with a textbook special teams tackle. 60-yard kick and a loss of 3 from where the catch was made on the return. 3:53 to go in this opening quarter. Kansas City and San Francisco remain scoreless. Super Bowl 58.
Cuando el internet se va, llega el caos.
Contrata Claro Hogar y disfruta de la velocidad y estabilidad de la fibra óptica de Claro.
Llévate 1000 megabits por segundo de velocidad a 100 soles al mes mientras seas full Claro.
Cámbiate llamando al 0800 00200 o en claro.pe.
La nueva generación está preparada para jugar partidos importantes. PSG recibe a Real Sociedad. Este miércoles vive los octavos de final de la Champions League por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Este fin de semana no vas a parar de mirar las estrellas. ¡Arrancamos! 3 días en el que podrás disfrutar del partido de las celebridades y de los novatos el viernes.
Vamos a tener a Franco tiradores.
El torneo de triples y de volcadas el sábado. Y el juego de las estrellas el domingo.
Dijimos que era el plato fuerte.
Del viernes 16 al domingo 18.
¡Aló, a distancia!
Por ESPN y Star Plus. De la mano de Dybala y Lukaku, la Roma se ilusiona con la Europa League. El conjunto italiano visita a Feyenoord. Este jueves vive el pase a octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Brock Purdy, he is 5 of 5 to open up. Most consecutive completions to start a game, 9. Eli Manning, with the New York Giants. So there's been a rhythm for Purdy and for the San Francisco offense, but it has not resulted in any points thus far.
Kansas City, as has been their, MO all year long, finding ways to make it tough for you when you get down towards the red zone. And what they've added in the last few games are the takeaways. That's what really turned the Baltimore game for them. They were about to be in trouble, and he punches the ball free. L'Jarius Sneed from Zay Flowers. No points for Baltimore, and Kansas City hangs on.
It's the first Super Bowl in 13 years featuring teams that each allowed fewer than 18 points per game. Go back to Super Bowl 45, Pittsburgh and Green Bay, the last time it happened. Two outstanding defenses. Flags down, handoff to the outside, McCaffrey. And that penalty marker is back at the 17. Combination of Connor and Reed make the stop on McCaffrey. 49ers dealing with a bunch of penalties so far in this opening quarter.
Some of it may be nerves.
Offside. Defense number 94. Penalties declined. Result of the play. Second down.
Malik Herring offsides, but San Francisco likes what they got from the play.
And remember, Malik Herring is getting run now because Charles Omenihu got hurt in the AFC title game against Baltimore. ACL injury. And normally he would be in that spot with the second unit of defensive linemen making plays.
So they would take the 2nd and 3 over the 1st down and 5.
But why are they backing up? Did they get it wrong?
Yeah, I think they now took it. There might have been a miscommunication initially. So now they're staring at a 1st and 5. So 3:44 to go in this opening quarter. Line of scrimmage is now the 22 with McCaffrey set up in the pistol. Hand it, McCaffrey cuts it. And he is driven backwards as he hit the 25-yard line. Mike Danna along with Shamari Connor making the stop for KC.
And if you are Kansas City, you've got to have your defensive line at least get a stalemate across the front. Just can't get your bodies turned, can't create gaps and gashes for McCaffrey to go through to allow linebackers like Bolton, Willie Gay, Chanel, Drew Tranquil to clean up behind them.
7 starters remain on this San Francisco team that was part of the Super Bowl 54 squad. McCaffrey, the acceleration for the 1st down. Picks up 4, that'll move the chains out near the 30-yard line. Christian McCaffrey running hard as usual.
And you've been calling games a long time. How much more have you seen motion come into the NFL game and be a big factor on offense?
Big time.
San Francisco, one of the preeminent practitioners of the motion game. And it comes in all different forms from all positions. Kittle on that play, the tight end, had an effect on the play.
Kyle Shanahan's dad, Mike Shanahan, watching on. Dump off. McCaffrey darts it for a gain of 1. That's it for the 49ers. Karlaftis makes another tackle for Kansas City. Purdy is now 6 of 6 for 68 yards. San Francisco going quickly here. 2nd down and 9, under 2 minutes to go in the 1st. Working from the gun. Purdy pulls the trigger. It's incomplete. Low throw in the direction of Deebo Samuel, and the first incompletion for Purdy. Mahomes is 3 of 3 for Kansas City, so his chances are still alive to top Eli Manning's Super Bowl record.
Amazingly enough, still 0-0 on the scoreboard. Normally when you get San Francisco and Kansas City together, you're thinking of some explosions on offense. But these defenses, you pointed it out earlier, they don't give up a whole lot. Less than 18 points per game.
3rd down and 9. San Francisco trying to convert. One of the better 3rd down teams in the NFL this season. Purdy dials it up. Hits his man. It's Chris Conley, former Kansas City Chief, with the grab and a 1st down for 18 yards.
And this is where the San Francisco offensive line got involved. Watch the amount of time Brock Purdy has in the pocket and isn't even pressured. They formed that cup right in front of him. That semicircle that allows him to dance in the pocket. To his left, a couple of quick steps. to create a better throwing lane and gave Chris Conley time to come across field and make the big catch.
He was working on second-year corner Jalen Watson on that play. We're down to 1:15 to go in the first. Juszczyk, the motion man. Purdy, clean pocket. Purdy delivers. It's caught at the 31. Ray McLeod. They're going to mark him just shy of it. Big hit by L'Jarius Sneed. That's a 19-yard connection for the 49ers.
And again, look at the amount of time Purdy has and the beautiful throwing lane that's created. The offensive line opened up such a gap. His sight line was perfectly clean, and he delivers. And how about the toughness of these wide receivers for San Francisco? That was a big hit at the end of it that could have jarred it free.
Purdy has dealt to 6 different receivers in this opening quarter. Down to 30 seconds left. Fake the handoff. Purdy, pump, looking for it all. Incomplete. Ayuk was the closest 49er and a bunch of Chiefs in the area.
It appeared to me that he had Ayuk open if he throws the ball to the inside, and he ends up throwing it to the outside, and Ayuk takes time to find it. Hard for him to make that turn and get into the right spot to get the ball. I think Purdy missed him upfield to the left side, and then watch in the middle. There's Ayuk. If you throw it to the middle and let him go get it, he's got a chance. But he throws it to the outside, Ayuk has trouble turning.
8th play of the drive. San Francisco has 129 total yards. Kansas City has 16. 2nd and 10. Oh, they were ready for it. McCaffrey was not going to break away. And Udike Uzama with the wrap-up.
The first-round pick out of Kansas State, who didn't play a heck of a lot during the season. They got him some work in the early part of the year, getting him 5 to 10 plays a game. But as the season went on, not as much. Makes his first big play of the Super Bowl.
End of the first quarter. Super Bowl 58, San Francisco and Kansas City. Scoreless. Coming back to Las Vegas.
Este fin de semana no vas a parar de mirar las estrellas. ¡Arrancamos! 3 días en el que podrás disfrutar del partido de las celebridades y de los novatos el viernes.
Vamos a tener a Franco tiradores.
El torneo de triples y de volcadas el sábado. Y el juego de las estrellas el domingo.
Dijimos que era el plato fuerte.
Del viernes 16 al domingo 18.
¡Dalo a distancia!
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
Vuelven las tardes de Europa League. En Lisboa, todo está listo para que Benfica reciba a Toulouse. Este jueves, vive el pase a los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus. Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos 2 partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriban a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers.
Lindo el partido.
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
La nueva generación está preparada para jugar partidos importantes. PSG recibe a Real Sociedad. Este miércoles vive los octavos de final de la Champions League por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Scoreless first quarter. Got to go back to Super Bowl 53, the Patriots and the Rams. New England winning that title in a defensive battle.
13-3 was the final score of that one. They didn't really break it open until they hit Gronk with that big pass down the seam in the 4th quarter. And the Rams had a big chance in that one. You remember Brandon Cooks in the end zone? I think Jason McCourty helped knock that ball free. Otherwise, the Rams might have had a chance to win it.
So Kansas City has not gotten its patented offense in gear so far in this first quarter. San Francisco with another opportunity. Even if they don't get the first down, they have a chance to at least get into better field goal range to try to put points on the board.
And wouldn't it be nice for them? Of course they want a touchdown. But if somehow their rookie kicker, right, Jake Moody is able to knock one through the post early, that bodes well for them down the stretch. A rookie kicker in Super Bowl pressure, it's not something you want to have out there.
Right now they're staring at a 55-yard attempt if they get no yards on this 3rd and 14. First play of the second quarter. Purdy steps up. Purdy, long ball, looking end zone, knocked away. Deebo Samuel, the intended target, and Trent McDuffie makes the play for Kansas City.
This young secondary for Kansas City, this all started, Ian, didn't it, last season when Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo made the decision to play a lot of youngsters from day one in the secondary, Trent McDuffie being one of them. The Jarius Sneed is like an old hand back there now, but Jalen Watson played, Joshua Williams played, and the benefits were evident there.
So it's going to be a 55-yard attempt looking for the longest field goal in Super Bowl history. It's the rookie Moody, leans into it, and he's got it! Jake Moody nails it from 55 yards away to put San Francisco on the board. The rookie comes through. Early second quarter, it's a 3-0 lead for the 49ers.
¿Vas a viajar? Necesitas Pax. Ingresá a paxassistance.com y encontrá la asistencia al viajero más completa y accesible. Pax Assistance, acompañando al deporte alrededor del mundo. Viaja en paz. Viaja con Pax.
Viaja en paz, viaja con Pax. La nueva generación está preparada para jugar partidos importantes. PSG recibe a Real Sociedad. Este miércoles vive los octavos de final de la Champions League por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos dos partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriban a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers.
Está lindo el partido.
Por ESPN y Star Plus. Es tenis.
De la mano de Dybala y Lukaku, la Roma se ilusiona con la Europa League. El conjunto italiano visita a Feyenoord. Este jueves vive el pase a octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
The Super Bowl always attracts celebrities here in Vegas. No surprise, we got a bunch of them. Sir Paul McCartney is here. Jay-Z on hand with the family. LeBron James,
how come
football fan.
How come his schedule always allows him to attend the Super Bowl? How come there's always a break for the Lakers that he could be in attendance?
Jimmy Kimmel, originally from Las Vegas, comes back to his hometown and having a chat with Kelly Clarkson.
Both of them discussing their talk shows and different things they're going to be trying out in the next month or two, I'm sure.
And I think everybody here is wondering when the Kansas City offense is going to get going. It has been a struggle so far, just 16 yards in the first half. They have more punts than first downs. So the 55-yard field goal puts Jake Moody into the record books. And Moody now kicks it off the rookie from Michigan, third-round pick. Not a bad way to start your professional career in the Super Bowl.
And remember, they drafted him to replace one Robbie Gould, who was almost automatic in big games like this. So for Moody to come through this way, another payoff for John Lynch as the general manager, and Kyle Shanahan as the ultimate decision maker.
Kansas City, 1st and 10, at its own 25-yard line with Patrick Mahomes. He's 3 of 3, but just 9 yards.
When are they going to get Kelsey going?
Play fake, throw it underneath, Pacheco. He works the perimeter and ducks out of bounds as he crosses the 30-yard line to Sean Gibson there to make sure that he didn't get any more than the 7 yards.
Wondering coming into this game with San Francisco with their first-year defense coordinator, Steve Wilks, who brings a defensive back's eyes to the defense, that if they could slow down Kansas City's running game, the amount of coverages he's going to run towards Travis Kelce will be innumerable. Because the last thing he wants in this game is let Kelce wreck them. Other people, good luck, but not Kelce.
Shotgun, give, Pacheco. They push the pile. It'll be short of a first down. Needed 3, got 2, but initially that looked like it might have been a loss. Kevin Givens among those there defensively for San Francisco to make the stop.
That patented leg turn by Pacheco, wasn't it? Plus, his offensive line understands that he doesn't go down easily, so they're willing to throw the extra block.
They desperately need a first down just to get their defense a rest.
And when is Kelce going to get some touches?
3rd and 1. It's a give. Rashee Rice, first down.
And he lost the ball, and it looks like Watson came up with it.
He did. Justin Watson was there. Ends up being a 4-yard gain for Kansas City, but they were flirting with disaster there. And a new set of downs.
They literally turned Rashee Rice into a running back. Look how loosely he's swinging the football in traffic.
He tossed it to him. He may have. I'm not sure what was happening.
Let's see what's happening here. Yep, he did.
Why?
He channeled his inner Travis Kelce without throwing a long lateral. They've got to be careful with those plays. Possession's so precious in this game.
Risky proposition. Mahomes out of the pocket. Deep ball, Mahomes, it's caught! Mecole Hardman on the bomb!
Hardman at the top of the screen will go all the way across the field, and Mahomes sets it up with a rollout and buys all the extra time for Hardman to run as fast as he can, splits 2 defenders, and finds him. And did anyone need that play better more than Mecole Hardman after the big fumble in Buffalo and didn't really touch the ball against Baltimore? A total lack of trust. No, actually he had it once, and he fumbled against Baltimore too. And who's that involved in that one? Someone's happy.
52 yards on the hookup. 1st and goal from the 9. Pacheco in the backfield. Give it to him. Pacheco bouncing it. Pacheco loses the ball inside the 10, and the 49ers recover it. Javon Hargrave comes away with it.
I think Deshaun Gibson forced it. Watch 31. See, he makes him bounce. See, he's the first guy there and holds it up for Diamador Lenore, number 2, to strip him.
Costly cough up for the Chiefs deep in San Francisco territory.
This is for the community, those that came together so this kid could achieve his dream.
This is for my papa, who always brings me back and always keeps me going.
For the name on my back and the nation that's always in my heart.
This is for El Juego.
And for everyone who will come next.
Este fin de semana no vas a parar de mirar las estrellas. ¡Arrancamos! 3 días en el que podrás disfrutar del partido de las celebridades y de los novatos el viernes.
Vamos a tener a francotiradores.
El torneo de triples y de volcadas el sábado. Y el juego de las estrellas el domingo.
Dijimos que era el plato fuerte.
Del viernes 16 al domingo 18.
¡Aló, a distancia!
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
Vuelven los más grandes artistas de la velocidad.
Y tu adrenalina
va a subir a lo más alto. las prácticas, la clasificación, la carrera, cámaras adicionales para ver cada detalle y los relatos de Tornelo, Fosaroli y López.
Promete un espectáculo extraordinario.
Vive la Fórmula 1 desde el 29 de febrero por Star Plus.
La nueva generación pisa fuerte en la Champions. El Real se prueba ante el Leipzig. Este martes arrancan los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
At the Super Bowl, you know that everybody wants this in the worst way. For Travis Kelce, upset, banged his helmet, banged into his head coach, Andy Reid, and then Jerick McKinnon gets over there just to separate.
Did you notice how Andy Reid just kind of turned? And this is not unusual for them. Andy Reid, I think, handles prodigal sons about as well as anyone. In fact, I think he somewhat enjoys it, trying to harness them. He understands the passion, time and place. He's been doing this with Travis Kelce since his rookie year. And this is a game Travis Kelce desperately wants as anyone else, and sometimes the emotion boils over.
Last year's Super Bowl, Kansas City did not commit a turnover. They did not allow a sack against Philadelphia. Both have happened here today in the first half against San Francisco.
Can their defense keep San Francisco pinned to give their offense another chance with good field position?
Operating from the 8-yard line. Fake the handoff, bootleg Purdy. And he's going to run, and he's got legs. Flag down as he crossed the 15, Nick Bolton.
Did he get a mask when he spun him around?
Personal foul. Horse collar defense. Correction. Defense number 32, horse collar tackle, automatic first down.
Says horse collar instead of mask as he spun him.
So this is going to be bonus yards for San Francisco on this tackle attempt.
Well, that's textbook, isn't it? The nameplate. Get your hand inside the nameplate of the pads. That's how the rule was defined early. And that was right there as he spun him around. Didn't have to go to the ground, just got the grasp and made the tackle.
So you got the 9 yards on the Purdy run, plus 15 on the penalty against Nick Bolton. And now San Francisco is out near the 35-yard line.
Purdy ran it well late against Detroit, too.
Deebo Samuel in the backfield, pitch it to him. Samuel gets into it quickly, but runs into a wall, picks up 1 yard, running inside, and Mike Pennell and Chris Jones combined to bring him down. Here's another look. Kelce upset
initially, and then it's a big-time catch. And I'm not sure what he's screaming. I doubt it's encouragement. Remember, in this ball game so far, Travis Kelce has 1 catch. And it's on a quick screen, didn't get much yardage. He's used to being able to maneuver against 2 or 3 defenders, and Mahomes makes a second or third move, and he gets open.
2nd and 9. Go to the well. McCaffrey stood up, whistle down. Gain of 1. Chris Jones, 5-time Pro Bowler, there to greet him. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 for San Francisco.
Best thing Chris Jones did was realize being a defensive end sounds great, but his best position is defensive tackle. That's where he's dominant. He tried to move out the end for a while, protect his knees a little bit, be one of those sack guys off the edge, but that's not his game. That twitch isn't there. But it is inside against guards and centers, almost unblockable.
Had the contract dispute, missed the opening game of the season against Detroit, returned, and has had another Pro Bowl season, 10.5 sacks. Play clock winding down. They get the play off with Purdy. Out of the gun. Steps up. Purdy fakes it. And Purdy is dragged down short of the 30-yard line by Justin Reid. It's going to go down as a sack. Got some help from George Karlaftis. It's a loss of 4.
Reid got the first sack of his career in the playoffs a few weeks ago against Baltimore. He's number 20 in red. Karlaftis number 56 in red off the defensive front. They combine for this, and look at Karlaftis continuing to pursue. Reid first, Karlaftis second.
So Wisniewski is back on to punt it for San Francisco. 9:32 to go in the first half. Richie James standing at his own 20-yard line, waiting for Kansas City. Wisniewski, high kick, and James lost it for a moment. Got it back, and then got gang tackled on special teams. 51-yard kick. No yards on the return. Las Vegas, Nevada, the site of Super Bowl 58. 3-0, the 49ers leading the Chiefs.
En Mercados Locos podemos apostar que el domingo va a dirigir mi abuela.
¿Pero qué hace? 5 minutos nada más. ¿Pero vos qué partido estás mirando? Pero a mí, mírame los ojos cuando te hablo. Mírame los ojos. Vigilante del country.
Biplay, la casa de apuestas oficial de la Liga Profesional de Fútbol.
La nueva generación está preparada para jugar partidos importantes. PSG recibe a Real Sociedad. Este miércoles vive los octavos de final de la Champions League por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Vuelven los más grandes artistas de la velocidad y tu adrenalina va a subir a lo más alto. Las prácticas, la clasificación, la carrera, cámaras adicionales para ver cada detalle y los relatos de Tornello, Fosaroli y López.
Promete un espectáculo extraordinario.
Vive la Fórmula 1 desde el 29 de febrero por Star Plus.
Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos dos partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriben a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers.
Lindo el partido.
Por ESPN y Star Plus. Es tenis.
They have so far in this first half.
But you would think they would be a little more used to that this year when they're not scoring at the rate that they did before. They should be used to more of a grinded out deal as we look at the sloppy game so far. This being played by both teams. So I'm a little bit surprised to see that kind of frustration out of them early. I guess Super Bowl pressure can ratchet up even on those who've been in it multiple times before.
Look at the numbers this season, Charles. Kansas City's offense finished 15th in scoring, 21.8 points per game. This was a team that was, if not number one, top three
every year
in and year out with Patrick Mahomes under center.
Absolutely. And as we've talked about, this type of ball game, Kansas City, San Francisco, you're just asking your defense to make a play or two to see if you can win it. In this case, both defenses are leading.
Oh, keep an eye on San Francisco's defense. Dre Greenlaw may be banged up. Greenlaw's been a huge part of why San Francisco has flourished defensively, nose for the ball, 120 tackles this season, great cover skills, and excellent range at that linebacker position.
And in a city that knows boxing quite well, he's their enforcer. He's the guy who comes down and gives you the body shots all the time, and eventually the big shot up top. So they really need him in this ballgame, especially with the way Isaiah Pacheco runs the football.
Big play Dre currently on the sideline. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles is in there, fifth-year linebacker, mostly a special teamer for San Francisco.
Just think of how Pacheco's going to come at you now since he turned the ball over on the last drive, deep in their territory.
And they are sending the cart out to the San Francisco sideline. And Greenlaw is on the bench. 9:16 to go, first half. 49ers lead Kansas City 3-0. Low snap handled by Mahomes out of the gun. Mahomes breaks away from the first wave. Mahomes trying to break away again. He just chucks it towards the sideline. Chase Young in pursuit for San Francisco. And a flag down.
Didn't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, correct? Did they count him in the pocket? Or what's it going to be?
Intentional grounding.
I thought there was someone in the area for Kansas City. Looked like Noah Gray, number 83.
Bill Vinovich.
But if he was out of the pocket, he's in good shape on this one. But the ball doesn't get to the line of scrimmage, which often is a determinant about whether or not it's grounding or not.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 15. 10-yard penalty. Loss of down. Second down.
And he really wanted Kelsey on that play. And he was double teamed, triple teamed. On the second reaction, he couldn't move to get open. And the frustration continues to mount for Kansas City because that was really drawn for Travis Kelce.
And it's sack number 2 for Chase Young. Young was the number 2 overall pick in the 2020 draft, went to the Pro Bowl as a rookie. Washington made the decision to deal him. Clearly didn't see a long-term future at the big money that he was going to command, and now stepping forward on the biggest stage.
And announcing to general manager John Lynch and head coach Kyle Shanahan, I'm a guy you should find a way to sign again. I can have an impact because he's really been struggling the last 4 ball games of this year.
Second down and 20 now from the Kansas City 10-yard line. Kelsey is set up to the top of the screen. They're going to run it. Pacheco takes it to the 14-yard line for a gain of 4 as Greenlaw is getting carted off the field and back through the tunnel. So third down and 16 now for the Kansas City Chiefs. They have been held in check. 74 yards of offense for Kansas City in the first half.
No one has more than 1 catch for Kansas City thus far.
Mahomes slowed down and brought down from behind. Eric Armstead, highly respected veteran, now in his 9th year, makes the stop for San Francisco. Kansas City forced to punt again.
He cleaned up, but I think it was Bosa, number 97. Look to the left of your screen as he works inside of Jawan Taylor. He was there first. He created the pressure and made Mahomes pull the ball down, and Armstead gave him no room to run after that.
Another punt from Tommy Townsend, this time standing at his own 3-yard line. They handle the rush. High spiraling kick. McLeod gets under it. Fair catch called for, and he secures it at the 33. Pushing and shoving at the end of the play after the 50-yard kick. The 49ers, they're dominating the stat sheet, but they're only up 3-0 on the scoreboard.
La nueva generación pisa fuerte en la Champions. El Real se prueba ante el Leipzig. Este martes arrancan los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
De la mano de Dybala y Lukaku, la Roma se ilusiona con Europa League. El conjunto italiano visita a Feyenoord. Este jueves vive el pase a octavos por ESPN y Star Plus. Este fin de semana no vas a parar de mirar las estrellas. ¡Arrancamos! 3 días en el que podrás disfrutar del partido de las celebridades y de los novatos el viernes.
Vamos a tener a Franco tiradores.
El torneo de triples y de volcadas el sábado. Y el juego de las estrellas el domingo.
Dijimos que era el plato fuerte.
Del viernes 16 al domingo 18.
¡Dalo a distancia!
Por ESPN y Star Plus.
Here in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. First time the Super Bowl has been held here in Las Vegas. You can imagine the crowds that form throughout the week, throughout the streets, the hotels, leading up to the big game today. Super Bowl 58. San Francisco and Kansas City. It's a 3-0 lead for the 49ers. 7:49 to play, first half. And San Francisco gets the ball back. They have put up 131 yards of offense. Brock Purdy is 8 of 11 for 105 yards. McCaffrey 22 yards on the ground. Mahomes is 5 of 5. 68 yards, had the one big play to Hardman for 52 yards, but then the Pacheco fumble inside the 10 gave the ball back to San Francisco.
But it's been a hard 5 for 5, hasn't it? Because of the pressure that's been created by San Francisco. Getting guys involved that hadn't been previously, but the potential was there. Randy Gregory's made a play. Chase Young's made multiple plays. Now Brock Purdy gets go back to work on offense.
McCaffrey shifts out of the backfield, and it's Purdy in the pocket. Purdy step and throw. Incomplete. Low throw to Deebo Samuel. Brock Purdy learned to throw a football from his dad, Sean, who was a minor league baseball player, a pitcher. Sean was a big Dan Marino fan, and he told him you have to have a quick release. Purdy says he does have a picture of his dad holding him up as a kid for Dan Marino.
Pretty cool.
Just to meet.
Yeah, his dad was a pitcher at the University of Miami. Obviously, Marino played for the Dolphins. And Purdy wears number 13 for Dan Marino.
2nd and 10. Juszczyk goes in motion. Purdy, rhythm throw. Bang, bang. Samuel with the catch and a first down. The ball was there. There was contact just after he grabbed it. Bolton and Reed there defensively. It's good for 12 yards as he secured it.
I initially thought this was going to be a nice play for Mike Edwards, the safety, or at least a big-time collision. But Deebo Samuel is so strong that he takes the hit, bounces off, and makes two guys come and get him down. Part of the issue you have with San Francisco's receivers is just how physical they are after the catch, which leads to the big yards after catch they typically gain.
Second catch for Deebo Samuel. Fake the handoff. Purdy, time, throws it. McCaffrey with the grab. His body got twisted around by Connor and Reed, good for 6 yards.
And I think Jamari Connor may have gotten away for a big hit up top. Watch him coming in, 27 in red, but he came out okay. He had a forearm in there, but most of the chest did not get to the head and neck area. The forearm seems like it popped up late, so it looked worse than it actually was. That led to Juwan Jennings, his fellow wide receiver, going over and having a few words with the Kansas City secondary.
2nd down and 4. They are now in Kansas City territory. The hole for McCaffrey, and he just keeps on charging. 5-yard pickup inside the 45. New set of downs for San Francisco to work with. Willie Gay, who missed the game 2 weeks ago in the AFC Championship with a neck injury, in on that stop.
And if Kyle Shanahan doesn't look at his play sheet, because you know how well he scripts, first 15, then he comes back in the second half and re-scripts the next 8 to start the half. If he doesn't look at that play sheet and keep saying to himself, run the football, press the run, I think he's making a mistake in this game. It'll pay dividends in the fourth quarter.
Single setback. And give it to Elijah Mitchell. So they throw somebody different Kansas City's way, and turns into a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, it is getting chippy on the outside now because the wide receivers for San Francisco, one thing they will do is block, because Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't give lip service to saying, if you don't block, you won't play. He means it. But out on the perimeter and inside, look at Kittle, looking like an extra offensive tackle, number 85 in white, pushing the pile there. And the altercation was on the outside on the perimeter. I think it was Juwan Jennings, who is their best blocking wide receiver, and he stays after you.
Line of scrimmage is now the 37. San Francisco on the move. Mitchell remains in the backfield. Cuts it for a modest gain. Chris Jones was there defensively, and flags come down. This has been building. Two teams seemingly after every play have gotten into it. cooler heads have prevailed, but now the officials have basically deemed they've seen enough.
I'm sure on the last time out, Bill Vinovich called his crew together and said, all right, we're going to get a handle on this. We cannot let this powder keg
play was over.
boil over.
Personal foul. Defense number 38. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And it is the physical press corner, L'Jarius Sneed, called for the penalty. Steve Spagnuolo. This defense has been fantastic. Ayuk with a little bit of a grab, and that was enough.
It's always the second guy, isn't it?
They got Sneed on the slap.
See, they didn't see Ayuk grabbing him by the jersey and pulling him. But when you go ahead and reach a hand out and pop somebody, that's going to be seen by all. And it's too late to plead your case now. You got to stay poised and not do those sorts of things. And right now, wouldn't you have to say San Francisco's winning the poise battle in this game?
Big time.
And Kyle Shanahan not afraid to continue to stay with the run, as we've seen.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. First down of the 21. Purdy looks, and it's knocked away. He tried to feed it to Deebo Samuel, and there is the fire of L'Jarius Sneed on the spot.
Got right back into it, picked up the penalty, and this time does not. And Brock Purdy, Nick Bolton, decides to introduce himself to the quarterback. Look at Bolton looking like he's going to cover McCaffrey to the left of your screen, and then comes inside and puts the whack on the second-year quarterback from Iowa State.
8th play of the drive. We're down to 4.5 remaining in this second quarter. Purdy, quick snap, quick toss, looking to throw. Jennings throws across. McCaffrey the catch. McCaffrey accelerates. Touchdown on the razzle-dazzle. San Francisco cashes in. Ridiculous. Jennings to McCaffrey for the score.
First, I thought Jennings was going to be sacked. Second, a lot of traffic around McCaffrey, but the ball finds him, and he gets some good blocks. Brendel, 64, prominent. The center gets out from his snapping position, gets to the outside, and creates a lane for McCaffrey to run through, and San Francisco gets the initial touchdown of the game.
Jake Moody on for the extra point. Right down the middle. 8 plays, 67 yards, and a memorable touchdown. A wide receiver throwing to a running back to give San Francisco a 10-0 advantage.
De la mano de Dybala y Lukaku, la Roma se ilusiona con la Europa League. El conjunto italiano visita a Feyenoord. Este jueves vive el pase a octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
La nueva generación pisa fuerte en la Champions. El Real se prueba ante el Lviii. Este martes arrancan los octavos por ESPN y Star Plus.
Presentado por FedEx y Mastercard, patrocinadores oficiales de la UEFA Champions League.
Este miércoles, prepárate para volar bien alto con estos dos partidos de la NBA. DeRozan quiere llevar a su equipo a una victoria cuando arriban a Cleveland. Y luego, Harden y Leonard viajan a San Francisco para enfrentarse a nada menos que Stephen Curry.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Cavaliers, Bulls y a continuación, Warriors, Clippers.
Lindo el partido.
Por ESPN y Star Plus.